Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us at Argo News. I'm James Elliott.
And I'm Shanessa Onyebueki. The countdown has begun for when the first ever UWF football team takes the field.
This past week, the UWF football coaching staff held a meeting open to all those interested in learning more about the Argo football team.
The purpose of the information meeting that we held last Tuesday was really to talk to a couple different audiences. Number one, the students who are on campus and they want to know how can they become a member of our team and what that process would look like. So we talked through our tryout that's going to take place next spring and how they can be involved in that. And then the other part of the audience was just people who wanted to know our timeline. What's going on with football? What have we been doing? What are we looking for in the recruiting process? How are we spending our time? And we feel, we got done in the meeting what we wanted to. It was good. We had enough people attend it that we felt like we got the word out as to what we're doing and how we're doing it. We'd been here for a while and we'd been doing things. We'd had a lot of people stop by the office and ask questions. We get numerous phone calls and emails every day. We just felt like if we could get everybody in one room together, we could get a lot of information out that we've been doing either one-on-one or via email. Like I said, I think it was very informative, and I think it worked to what we were trying to accomplish.
Looks like we'll be buying tickets to the first Argo football game before we know it. I'm Callie McMillan reporting for Argo News.
Football can be challenging, and so can you playing other sports. But what if you had to play one while being in a wheelchair?
The UWF ADA office has an event that will rock your wheels off.
Wheelchair basketball is a game that is put on by our UWF ADA Compliance Office, and it happens annually during Disability Awareness Month in the month of October. And there is a actual wheelchair basketball committee that comes together that's headed normally by Miss Sylvia Patterson, and we plan the wheelchair basketball game, and faculty and staff volunteer as well as student organizations. The wheelchair basketball offers students an opportunity to work simultaneously with the UWF ADA Compliance Office, also to actually get an experience playing in the game, because students can also volunteer to be one of the teams as well. Each quarter we have normally a different team. Sometimes the first quarter will maybe be faculty and staff, maybe the second quarter will be the UWF women's basketball team, then the third quarter might be comprised of students who are involved in student organizations. The bottom line is that students are able to participate in the game, and they also have an opportunity to be on the spirit squad, as well as perform during the halftime entertainment as well. If you're somebody who's interested in planning the event next year, feel free to contact Miss Sylvia Patterson. She's the individual who has been heading it all 4 years that I've been a part of it. You can be a part of the committee. You do not have to be just faculty or staff. You can also be a community member, and especially students would be great to be involved in this, because y'all are the voice of the campus and we want you.
What a great experience. I know I'll be coming back next year. I'm Gabrielle Santamore, reporting for Argo News.
We're a great, successful team, but a team's success can only be achieved by its hard work on and off the field and by preventing injuries.
How important is to prevent injuries or treat them in order to not make them more severe?
Basically, we're responsible for all the health and welfare of the UWF student athletes. So I have a staff of 1 full-time assistant and 5 graduate assistants. And we just kind of look at the weekly schedule. We have people assigned to each team. Plus we have general athletic training room hours for rehab and treatments and such. And we just set up a schedule and just cover all the events, athletic events that UWF athletics has going on for that week. Typically, we travel with pretty much all the teams. There's a few sports that do travel without an athletic trainer. But usually what we do is we'll coordinate that if say tennis is going to go play at Valdosta and we're not taking an athletic trainer, I'll call the athletic trainers at Valdosta and let them know. And they do the same here. A lot of times we'll host events, they do not send an athletic trainer. So we coordinate it from school to school. I think sports medicine plays an integral part in a successful athletic department. It's minimizing time lost by athletes, preventing injuries before they ever occur, being interactive to, like I say, it comes down to time lost. If your best athletes aren't on the field or the court, your chances of winning are diminished. So all the little things we do, from prevention, care, rehab, everything's geared to keeping the athletes in play safely, but in play therefore, if you've got your best athletes on the field, you should have a higher success rate in W's and L's.
Athletes need to work hard to stay healthy, or they will not be able to perform their jobs with quality and obtain expected results. I am Guy Canineo, reporting for Argo News.
Staying healthy is important, which is why many organizations and businesses around the community are doing a lot of different things to support breast cancer awareness.
Citizens of the community are showing their support by donating and connecting bras over the bridge in support of Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
This is our annual 5th Bras Across the Bridge. And what we're doing today, we've teamed up with Baptist Hospital here in Pensacola, our cluster of stations from Cumulus Media in Pensacola, that will be 94.1, WXBM, now that's Nash, and of course, yours truly, Magic 106.1 and WCOA. Now, what we're doing here today, we are raising monies that's going to be donated to the foundation locally. We are going to connect the bras and go all the way across the bridge to bring attention to breast cancer. What I want to plant on all the ladies' minds is simply this: early detection saves lives. Ladies, if you are 35 and older, make sure that you get your mammogram done yearly. Our stations have come together to bring awareness, to bring attention to what's going on with women in Pensacola and around the world. As I leave you today, what I'm asking you to do is this: please get your exams done. Please learn to get a buddy system so that we as ladies can have that reminder that we can also do the self-exam to make that we can be healthy. Healthy again with Baptist Hospital, with Sunshine, Magic 106.1, 94.1, WCOA, and Nash FM 102, broadcasting live here, Bob Sykes Bridge, Bras Across the Bridge 2014.
Linking together for a common cause. I'm Tabitha Fields reporting for Argo News.
It's important that we can all live long and happy lives and age like we're meant to do. Speaking of aging, how much do you really know about the process?
Do you want to know more about aging? Well, the Aging Insight Seminar Series is for you.
The Aging Insight Seminar Series is something we started about 2.5 years ago to allow for faculty and members of the community and students to come and present primarily about their research about anything related to aging. As you probably know, aging has many different facets to it, ranging from the biology to the psychology to the sociology. And so we invite faculty and students from all over campus to come and present about every other week to talk about their research or whatever's on their mind really about aging. To give them information, there are all kinds of different topics we talk about, from exercise, I talk about dementia or pain, social work talks about family and caregiving types of issues. And so I think for the general community, they may not be aware of all the different details that are comprise the aging process, and that how they could take some of what we talk about and what we do here on campus and take it home and apply it in their daily lives. Just come. We have it advertised across campus, and absolutely anyone's welcome at any time to come to any one of the different presentations that we offer.
Presentations take place in Building 41 every other Wednesday. I'm Jennifer Lundquist reporting for Argo News.
Aging is a part of life, and uncovering life's past is always the focus of archaeology. The Destination Archaeology Museum offers a chance for the public to get a hands-on experience.
Are you looking to get your hands dirty while digging up the past? Well, Destination Archaeology is your destination.
Sure. Well, the Destination Archaeology Museum has our main exhibit is called A Road Trip Through Florida's Archaeology. And basically what it tries to do is not only tell people what archaeology is, but also show people where they can actually go physically visit actual archaeological sites, not just here in Pensacola, but all throughout our state. Florida has some of the oldest history in the continental United States. We also have a very long prehistory, so we highlight different types of sites, from ancient Native American sites to Civil War sites that took place in the 1860s. And we really try to highlight the rich archaeological heritage that we have in our state. And also, we want to get the message out there that it's really important for people to protect these sites, because if we damage these sites, then we're not going to ever have them for future generations. Archaeology is a very destructive process, so if people go out with shovels and dig things up, you're really damaging information that we can learn about archaeology. So it's really about promoting that protection of sites. So, of course, International Archaeology Day is just one day every year in October. But for us here at the Florida Public Archaeology Network, Archaeology Day is really every day. So we have a lot of events and programs that take place pretty much every week.
For more information, please visit flpublicarchaeology.org. I'm Zachary Hess reporting for Argo News.
While we're on the history train, there is a gem of a museum not too far that would be perfect for all you history buffs.
Downtown Milton has a lot of history, and the West Florida Train Museum is a large part of that history.
The depot here in Milton was closed in 1973, at which time the Santa Rosa Historical Society was formed with the intent purpose of buying the depot from the L&N Railroad. They were successful in that, and in 1989 the West Florida Railroad Museum took over the operation of the museum here. The West Florida Railroad Museum is primarily an educational experience. We have historic displays for the railroads that operated in this area. But on the other hand, we also have a dining car where we hold kids' birthday parties. We have a riding train for small children, and we have several model railroad exhibits. The museum's signature event is Lionel Christmas, and that's held in the first 3 weekends in December. On December 13th of this year, we'll be holding our night run from 5 until 8 p.m. And that way you'll be able to see all the Christmas lights that we put up, and we'll be running night trains in the Garden Railroad. The museum's website is wfrm.org. There's email if you have any questions. There's an email contact on every page, and feel free to get a hold of us.
So if you're looking for the perfect place to enrich your cultural experience, the West Florida Train Museum is the perfect place for you. I'm Jeremy Hosbine, reporting for Argo News.
Downtown Milton is not the only place with a rich history. UWF hosts a variety of public discussions on the topic of historic preservation.
Have you ever wanted to know more about Pensacola's history? Then the Florida Public Archaeology Network is here to educate you.
We are hosting our 5th annual Secrets of Santa Rosa lecture series here at Arcadia Mill. We do this in partnership with the Florida Public Archaeology Network, and they are located in downtown Pensacola. But we also do this as a bigger part of the Beaches to Woodlands tour of Santa Rosa County, and that involves multiple events throughout the month of October in Santa Rosa County, so we're just one of many things going on in this area. But our lecture series this year features archaeologists, historians. We try to involve professionals and graduate students. Arcadia Mill was the first and largest 19th century water-powered industrial complex in Northwest Florida. But today it functions as a site that's open to the public. We have elevated boardwalks, interpretive signage. You can see some of the archaeological remains of the mill facilities. We have an exhibit. We have classrooms, we have all kinds of different facilities for people. We love to cater to school groups and people of all ages. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., but the site grounds are open sunup to sundown.
So now that you know a little bit more about the archaeological sites here in Pensacola, come out, explore, and get involved. I'm William Tennis, reporting for Argo News.
Halloween season might be coming to an end for most of us. But there are places still in Pensacola where the scary and spooky lives on.
Pensacola Lighthouse offers many history lessons and incredible sights to its visitors, but it's best known to be one of the most haunted spots in the Gulf Coast.
The lighthouse began construction in 1856 and finished construction in late 1858 and was first lit 1859 New Year's Day. And then the house itself, though, wasn't built until 1869 after the tower, 10 years after the tower. That's also when the upper 2/3 of the tower was painted black. Many of my coworkers and volunteers do claim to have experiences here. There was one time I witnessed a coworker have an experience. I couldn't see what she saw, though. We were standing out by the front porch after a ghost hunt tour, and she grabbed my shoulder. She was freaking out. She's like, "I see the white lady," which is one of our ghosts that supposedly haunt here, on the balcony. She was completely flipping out, about to be in tears. A lot of the more common things is like catching things on their camera, like the orbs, which are supposedly spirits, or like a shadow of a face on the wall. Touching or feeling, like they'll feel something touch their arm or their elbow or touch their hair. Apparently our ghosts very much like blondes. So at least a few of them like Raymond or a couple of the other ghosts here from what I hear. So if you're blonde and coming, be prepared to have your hair fondled a little.
If you'd like to have a strange and spooky but mostly unforgettable experience, you can register for one of the haunted tours at PensacolaLighthouse.org, and even you can become a ghost hunter for at least one night. I'm Betty Pietraszova, reporting for Argo News.
Well, it seems like ghosts are not the only scary creatures around. If you want to hang out with some zombies, you wouldn't have to go too far.
Hungry for something a little unconventional? Well, the residents of Fort Walton Beach sure are.
The Fort Walton Beach Zombie Walk is an annual canned food drive. That's the most important thing about the Zombie Walk, is we're trying to raise money for our local food bank, Sharing and Caring. Last year, we raised 2,200 pounds of canned food, and that's wonderful. But it is also a party, a time to get out and mingle with other people who like to dress up like a zombie and parade downtown. It's a family-friendly event, and we do have lots of families that participate. We have special events and games for small children, including a brain eating contest, which is very popular, and a scavenger hunt game is how it starts. One of our special guests and sponsors this year is Underground FX Studio. They're a business that makes special makeup and prosthetics for movies and such, like the TV show The Walking Dead. And they're in this area bringing movies and movie producing stuff around here. And this year, they're going to be at the landing to zombify people if they bring extra canned goods. From the beginning, our zombie walk has always concluded by dancing to Thriller. And it's kind of tradition, so at 7 o'clock, once the parade of zombies make it to the landing, we're going to dance to Thriller.
I've worked up quite an appetite. I think I'm hungry for some brains. I'm Chinesa Onyebueki, reporting for Argo News.
With all these zombies running around, it's important to know how to stay safe. There's a fun, challenging activity that can teach you how to do that while exercising your Second Amendment rights.
Did you know that there's a place not too far from campus that allows you to relieve stress through firearms in a family-friendly environment?
The range has probably been here a little over 20 years. It was originally run by the Florida Fish and Wildlife. It's been run on the private industry now since March of 2012. Eye protection and ear protection are mandatory for anybody on the range, whether you're participating in shooting or not. Everybody has to sign a waiver form on anybody that's on the property, shooting or not. Actions are open at all times. That proves to me and to you that the gun is unloaded. We offer concealed weapons classes, first step classes. One of my range officers is NRA certified instructor. You can contact the range at SantaRosaShootingCenter.com or call the range to get in contact with him. Well, with the ammo shortage, we've seen that the business on our clay side, more than double. Shotgun shells were readily available, so we found more people going out and buying shotguns. People that never on a shotgun or shot one before, when they couldn't buy the pistol ammo or rifle ammo, still wanted to come out with the family and enjoy outdoor shooting. We've raised, several $100,000 in the last year for local charities doing these sporting clays events. So the skeet shooting and trap shooting and sporting clays are definitely, catching on.
This is a place where you can come to get gun certified and shoot some targets. I'm Haley Rivette, reporting for Argo News.
Well, that looked like a lot of fun.
It sure did. However, there are things that even guns can't protect you from, like scientific masterminds and their genius robotic creations.
When we think of robots, we probably think of Transformers, or explosions, or Michael Bay. In reality, the field of robotics is just as exciting as it continues to make enormous bounds.
Our BEST robotics program is a non-profit program. It's a national organization, and the purpose of this organization is trying to boost the science, engineering, technology interest of the high school and middle school students. And once we have the teams registered, and we need to get ready for 3 days event, pretty much 3 big days. The first day is kickoff, so all the teams come, and then we show them the playing field and give them the task and give them the materials, and they're ready to go. The second major day will be the practice day. So we set up the playing field, and they come here to to try their robots. They already complete their robots. They come to try and then come home and fix the issues they have. And then after practice day, which is the big day, game day competition, the real competition, where the team come and compete.
The Best Robotics Tournament is a fantastic event that allows kids everywhere to prove themselves against their peers and show off their engineering prowess. I'm Jeremy Shepard, reporting for Argo News.
I think we can all agree that robots are pretty exciting, and events like that deserve to be advertised. Printmaking is an art that can help with that.
If you like posters, then you might enjoy printmaking.
Printmaking is it's an old, ancient way of expression of drawing. I would say even cave drawings were a form of printmaking. Put your hand in some white paint and you make a print of your hand, that you see on the cave walls. It's a form of communication, mass communication, and so we love repetition, and when we make a print, we make more than one. The types of people that mostly enjoy printmaking are people that love process. There's a 80% process in printmaking, meaning that you have all these steps to go through to get to the final product. People that are patient, and people that love to experiment with image making in a small area, and people that love past processes and traditional processes of intaglio or lithography.
Try taking printmaking next semester as an elective. I'm Jack Budarazzi, reporting for Argo News.
That's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us on Argo News.
We'll see you next week and have a great day.